Hey guys, Sean here. It's that time of year again. I'm sure your feeds have been flooded with Nonfiction November TBR videos. I always enjoy watching the Nonfiction November TBR videos. They're probably my favorite TBR videos of the year, even though I don't tend to read a ton of nonfiction. I'm hugely interested in it, and I always intend to read more than I do. And I love learning about the new nonfiction, books that I'm not aware of or might be interested in, because I'm interested in a variety of topics. And I really need to start reading more nonfiction. I've got a couple under my belt last month, and I wanted to throw my TBR and pile of possibilities into the mix of the multitude of videos that are out there. It's been a while since I've filmed a book video. Getting back to reading has been a struggle, but I'm keeping at it, and I want to get back to making content in all three of my channel named areas. Film content I've never really gotten off the ground, and I'm going to make an concentrated effort to get film content off the ground this month. And I've got some other bookish videos in mind. I'm doing some bulk recording today. For those who don't know, and I don't know how you could not possibly know, Nonfiction November is created by Olive at A Book Olive. It's an initiative to get people to read more nonfiction. If you don't read any nonfiction, read one. If you normally read two, read one, read two. Try to increase your nonfiction reading. But all you have to do to participate is read one. She does word prompts. I don't remember what they are, even though I've watched a ton of Nonfiction November videos. I'm not following the prompts. I'll link her announcement video below if you're interested to know exactly what the prompts are. I'm not really following. I know one's collection, one's style, one is industry, and I don't remember what the fourth one is. But I'm just going to go through. I have a pile of library books down here that I've checked out as possibilities. I've got a couple audiobooks I want to do. I've got a couple of books that I've bought here. Oh, that's a library book that needs to go. All this needs to go down here. So I'll talk a little bit about some of my plans and ideas that I have regarding nonfiction as I go through this. So I'll go through the couple of audiobooks first that I'm going to do. This is Tastes Like War, a memoir by Grace M Cho. I don't really know what this is about. I just know that it is shortlisted for the National Book Award for nonfiction, which the winner of that will be announced November 17th. So one of my ideas that I want to do is I'd like to, not many people talk about the National Book Award on BookTube. Russell at Ink and Paper blog does. Greg, it's supposedly fun, always reacts to the long list and short list and winner. He only reads the books he's interested in. Russell reads the entire long list every year. And then there's Rainier Books, who always does reactions to the National Book Award list. And he's German living in Sweden. So everybody talks about the Booker. Everybody talks about the Women's Prize. And nobody talks about the National Book Award, especially American booktubers don't ever talk about the National Book Award. They still talk about the UK prizes. Especially nobody, even the ones who do talk about the National Book Award, don't talk about the National Book Award for nonfiction at all. So I originally was going to try to read the short list for the fiction award, but I'm just not there. I'm more in a nonfiction mood. And when I am looking at fiction, I'm not in a literary fiction mood. If I do pick up fiction, I'm picking up fantasy. So I've already got 2 of the nonfiction book award shortlisted books under my belt. The shortlisted books are the 2 I have under my belt are Lucas Bessier's Running Out in Search of Water in the High Plains, which is about the draining of the aqueducts in Kansas and really all over the world by irrigation, and farming corporations using more water than they need to, and the people policing how much water they need to use. Aqueducts is not the right word. And I can't think of the right word. But the people who are making the policies about water usage are the companies that are making the most money off of it. So it's an interesting book. I felt but it's also memoir-ish. He goes back home and he goes to these interviews with his dad, and it's about his reconnection with his family, and his grandfather his great-grandfather dug the first well and started the process in his area of Kansas. So it's about his reckoning with his family connection to this too. And he spends a lot more time on stuff. This is not meant to be a review. It's supposed to be a TBR and File Possibilities video, but I haven't done this in a while. But I felt he spent more time on his family connections and other things that didn't. I wanted more about the problem and the way the corporations affected the problem. I didn't want as much. I wanted less of his family history and more of that. But not meant to be a review. Just meant that I listened to it on audio last week, so I have that one under my belt. And I also listened to Nicole Eustace's Covered with Night, A Story of Murder and Indigenous Justice in Early America, about a killing of a Native American by a settler in 1725, and the trial and the political machinations that surrounded it, and the decisions that were made, and how that affected the Native Americans and also the settlers and the politics. It was really interesting. Like I said, I listened to it on audio. The narrator bugged me at first, but then I got used to her. And I listened to these at like almost 2x speed. So I actually got through Running Out in a day, and I got through Covered with Night in 2 days. So the next one up for me is this Tastes Like War by Grace M Cho. Like I said, I don't know what it's about. It's just the next one for the National Book Award shortlist I'm going to listen to. And then after that, I'm going to listen to All That She Carried by Tia Miles. It's All That She Carried, The Journey of Ashley Sack, A Black Family Keepsake. And I think this is about a keepsake that through the generations of a family. That's as much as I know about it. And then the final book shortlisted, I'm reading in physical form. A little bit into it, and I'm already really enjoying it. This is A Little Devil in America by Hanif Abdurraqib. I am probably butchering that, so there is his name. And it's in Notes in Praise of Black Performance. And it's kind of essays about performance in Black culture. the first little bit has covered, talked about dance competitions and how in his school they would used to do sock hops for the juniors and seniors to keep them from going home at the last half of the day. And I'm in a little bit. He's talked about Soul Train and the effect that has had on his life. And yeah, I'm only 19 pages into this, but I'm already really loving it. Probably because of my performance background too. It really, using that to talk about Black culture really speaks to me. And like I said, 19 pages in, I already would pick this as the winner over the other two I've read. We'll see if that holds true when I get through all of this and the other two. But right now, only 19 pages in, this is my front runner for the National Book Award for nonfiction. So that is those. And what I would like to do, I'd like to get all those read by the 17th, so that I can then do a National Book Award nonfiction wrap-up / prediction video. And then I'll probably do a reaction video to the winner. He said nobody talks about the National Book Award for nonfiction. And I think it happening during Nonfiction November is a perfect opportunity to do that. So my other possibilities are I started Cast last year, right around the time the pandemic started. I got about 100 pages. I actually got a little further than I had. I was actually like 125 pages into it, but I decided to start back at the beginning of part 3. So I would like to finally finish up this. I know this won the BookTube prize recently for nonfiction. That's another thing I'm considering. If I can get on a good roll of reading nonfiction, I'm considering possibly throwing my hat in the ring for judging the nonfiction portion of the BookTube prize next year. There's some life things that have come up over the weekend that will play a factor in that too. But and then these I just got yesterday. This is Eat Like a Fish, My Adventures Farming the Ocean to Fight Climate Change. This won the James Beard Award for food writing this year or last year. That's another thing I've thought about doing in the past, is reading the James Beard Award winning food writing books. And then everybody's been talking about this for the past year, Braiding Sweetgrass, Indigenous Wisdom, Scientific Knowledge, and Teachings of Plants. It being Native American Heritage Month. And I'm not participating in Indigathon just because I suck at readathons. But I do want to make sure I include some... I want to make sure I include Indigenous... especially nonfiction, more in general, but especially this month. This is The Glitter in the Green in Search of Hummingbirds. So just a nonfiction book, nature writing about hummingbirds. And this is longlisted for the ALA Carnegie Medal for nonfiction. The shortlist for that gets announced November 8th. So what I did is I checked out from my library everything that they had in that was on the long list. And I'm my plan on these is to just open right up to a couple of cool pictures of hummingbirds, is to read a little bit to see if I'm interested in them. I may try to read the short list. If the National Book Award one goes well, I may try to read the short list of the ALA Carnegie Medal nonfiction as well. But I checked out all the long listed titles that my library had in, just so I could read a little bit to see test the waters and see if I'm interested in that kind of nonfiction. I know I'm probably interested in nature nonfiction. I just don't know if like birds specifically is going to be an area of nature writing that I'm going to be interested in. I checked out this graphic novel, Seek You, A Journey Through American Loneliness by Kristen Rodkey. And this is a graphic nonfiction book about kind of the loneliness epidemic in America. And it starts off with kind of how it became a little exacerbated at the start of the with the pandemic and everybody having to stay home. And I've read about 88 pages of it so far, and it's really interesting, and it's really speaking to me and seeing me. So I'm definitely finishing this one this month. And again, this is long listed for the ALA Carnegie Medal for nonfiction. This book, always have my spreadsheets up. Yeah, this won the ALA Carnegie Medal for nonfiction this year. Fathoms the World in Whale. The World in the Whale. I always cut that second the out. I always call it The World in Whale. It's The World in the Whale. Okay, by Rebecca Giggs. This was part of the BookTube Prize for nonfiction. I don't remember how far it made it, but it's a book all about whales. A Most Remarkable Creature, The Hidden Life and Epic Journey of the World's Smartest Birds of Prey. This is another ALA Carnegie Medal long-listed book. But it is about vultures and other birds of prey. At least that's what I got from the Amazon description I read of it. But I don't know if vultures are included. Definitely hawks and birds like that. Maybe owls, because they're birds of prey. No, I don't know. We'll find out. Again, this is one I'll probably read a couple chapters of and see if I'm interested in it. I have the graphic novel They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. I'm definitely interested in this. I'm definitely going to read this month. I started to read this on a digital copy, digital Hoopla copy, shortly after it came out, and I just don't always do well with digital library loans, other than audiobooks. So I didn't end up getting it finished, but this is his memoir about his time in the Japanese internment camps in World War II. My Broken Language, a memoir. This is another ALA Carnegie Medal long-listed title. And I don't really know anything about it. It says Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright Kiera Alegria Huedes tells her lyrical story of coming of age against the backdrop of an ailing Philadelphia barrio, with her sprawling idiosyncratic love and trouble-filled Puerto Rican family as a collective muse. I actually read the preface. No. Oh, I just read the first couple pages, and I was already interested. So I'd like to try and get to this one this month. This might be the one I pick up after I finish A Little Devil in America of actual physical books. This one's been being talked about a lot. Empire of Pain, the Sackler history, the secret history of the Sackler dynasty is about the company that created OxyContin. And again, this is an ALA Carnegie long-listed title. I suspect this will probably end up on the short list. And I'm also pretty certain it'll probably end up in the BookTube Prize list next year. So I want to read the first chapter or two of this and decide if this is something I want to physically read or if I want to get it on audio. Because I do nonfiction pretty well on audio. I actually do nonfiction on audio better than I do fiction on audio for some reason. This is one I've just been interested in a long time. I've checked it out from the library before. This is the Voices in the Ocean. It's a nonfiction nature writing about dolphins. This is by Susan Casey. I think I've heard Olive talk about this before. And yeah, I love dolphins. So I know I'm gonna be interested in this. It's just a matter of if I'm gonna be able to read it physically or if I'm gonna need to do it on audio. Facing the Mountain, he's the best-selling author of Boys in the Boat. Read it properly, Sean. Facing the Mountain, a true story of Japanese American heroes in World War II. Again, this is an ALA Carnegie Award long listed title for nonfiction. So again, I'll probably read a chapter or two and decide my interest in it. And the last ALA Carnegie Award long-listed title, this is Chasing Me to My Grave, an artist's memoir of the Jim Crow South by Winifred Rembert. I didn't really know a ton about what this is. Again, I said I checked it out because it was a long-listed title for the ALA Carnegie, but I started flipping through it, and it's really... It's using art all over the place. It's got art. I don't know if this is the author's art. A lot of this looks pretty same style, so this might be the author's art. It probably is, since it's a memoir. But it made me even more interested in it to be able to read the memoir and see the art that he is talking about. Yeah, it says he's a painter, so these probably are his paintings all throughout this, and that makes me even more interested in it. So, yeah, I'm kind of really excited about this one. So I think my physical books I'm definitely going to try and get to and read all of are probably going to be A Little Devil in America, My Broken Language, Chasing Me to My Grave, and then the couple of graphic novels, and just test out the other ones. I do also have, if I have extra time, or like I said, it's a pile of possibilities. I have some history books that I'm interested in. The House of the Dead, Siberian Exile Under the Czars. I'm kind of interested in the Kundal History Prize. And this won it in 2017. This is by Daniel Beer. I've heard great things about this book. This is shortlisted for the Kundal History Prize this year. This is Blood on the River, A Chronicle of Mutiny and Freedom in the Wild Coast. It's the untold story of the Berby Slave Rebellion. I actually have started this. I've read the introduction in chapter 1, and it's really good. It is really good. The Kundal History Prize is announced in December. I kind of thought I might make a goal to read the three finalists of that. I don't know if that's going to happen now that I'm down on this National Book Award path. I probably will read all three books, but maybe not by the time the prize is announced. Because I also have checked out from the library The Horde, How the Mongols Changed the World. I started this one. I'm interested in it, but I think I'm going to switch to audio on this one just because I have trouble pronouncing a lot of the names in my head, and that slows me down. So I'd rather listen to somebody else pronounce them, at least for a little bit, so I can get pronunciation correct, and not struggle for 5 minutes trying to pronounce a name while I'm reading. I have Gulag by Anne Applebaum. This won the Pulitzer Prize. I forget in what year. I have my spreadsheet. I'm not going to check it because I'm running at almost 25 minutes now. But I've actually been really interested in Russian history over the past year. So that's where this one comes from too. Russian and Chinese history have been really sparking my interest. And that's going to come up in the next book. But I've heard excellent things about this book, and Anne Applebaum as a writer. I forgot a Kindle book I'm reading. So I also have Maoism, A Global History. This won the Kindle History Prize in 2019. I started reading this on my Kindle. Started reading the introduction, and I was really enjoying it and decided I wanted a physical copy. And then I also have Black Spartacus. This won the Wolfson History Prize this year. The Epic Life of Toussaint Louverture. I struggle, but this is Sudhir Hatsarinsing. I don't know a ton about what this is about. He apparently was a Haitian slave turned liberator. This was long listed for the Kindle History Prize last year too. But yeah, I thought I'd check it out and see if I was interested in it. The one I forgot, it's on my Kindle that I am currently reading. I don't know if I'll finish it in November because I'm just kind of reading it slowly. It is, come on, Kindle. And of course, I'm opened it into a book. Last Witnesses, an oral history of the children of World War II by Svetlana Alexiovic. And it is the stories of children, of Russian children during World War II. It's kind of retelling their stories as they were relayed to her. About when the Germans marched in and the families being split up and the bombings and they're short little segments, and I've just been reading like one or two a night before I go to sleep some nights. So like I said, I don't know, because they're just short little things. That's probably how I'll continue to read that one. So I don't know if I'll finish it during the month of November. I'm just taking that one slow and enjoying it. But I am still going to be working on that one this month. So that's it. That's my Nonfiction November long, huge pile of possibilities that I have out from the library. Some I will definitely read. Others I'll just check out. But let me know down in the comments. Are you participating in Nonfiction November? Do you have a TBR video? Let me know. I'll go check it out. If I haven't already, I've watched a ton. I'm always interested in seeing the nonfiction people are reading, because like as you can tell, I have a broad range of interest. So I'm always curious to know what's out there and that I might be interested in. It's been a while, so I forget how I close these videos. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more from me. I have more bookish content coming. I'm getting back in the swing of things. Talk to me in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you to all my subscribers, and I'll see you all in the next one.